Hey, it's Blivio here. We're watching BlivCorp plays Starsector, Episode 1. We start the game needing to select a pilot avatar. I purchased this game like years ago, and it's still not, out of development. But when I played it, it was like version 0.60A, and now it's at 0.95A, so it's closer to that 1.0 initial release point. And I have been reading some of the game website page of Fractal Softworks, I think is what it's called, to just look at some of the updates, and it does look like they've done quite a bit. Yeah, we need to select our avatar. Man, I kind of wish I had a guy with like this guy's vibes, but on this guy's build. I think the initial time I played this game, I picked like a helmeted guy because I couldn't identify with one of these captains well enough to make a choice. There are quite a lot of different looks I can go with here. Okay, I'm just really feeling this guy's vibe this time around. So we're gonna be him. Okay, so it looks like we've done everything as far as picking the options we want. So I will just click continue now. I've gained 2,000 credits. My most recent occupation was, and I can choose here, Bounty Hunter with a Wolf class frigate, Scavenger commanding a Wayfarer class combat freighter, an explorer leading a salvage expedition from aboard an Apogee class cruiser, faster start, mercenary leading a small force from aboard a Hammerhead class destroyer, a freelancer doing whatever jobs you've been able to find, a randomized start. Randomized collection of ships, slightly weaker overall than either of the faster start options, but roughly in the same category. I don't like that wildcard factor. Small but heavy combat capable task force geared towards bounty hunting. Includes a small tanker to extend its operating range somewhat. Group of ships capable of performing salvage operations on the fringes of the sector and defending itself against most of the threats found there. Includes a tanker for increased fuel capacity, exploration range, and sufficient cargo capacity to carry the salvage back to the core worlds. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with the scavenger. So now it looks like I could pick another ship to go with my fleet. A Kite-class shuttle under command of an experienced subordinate. A Shepherd-class drone tender with a cargo of heavy machinery. In these kind of roguelike RPGs, I like to hoard the things I gather, and if I lose resources, I don't like it. So I'm just gonna make it easy and avoid all of that. Okay. And yeah, we'll start with tutorial mission. So that took a while, but now we are jumping into the game. Welcome to Starsector. Your fleet is in the middle of nowhere and critically low on supplies. Well, damn. If you don't acquire more supplies, your fleet will suffer through a slow but ultimately fatal decline. Well, that sucks. You decide to continue. I mean, I don't have any other options. Fortunately, there is a debris field nearby. Move up into it and activate your scavenge ability to search it for useful cargo. Scavenging requires heavy machinery, but there is some in your cargo holds. I've gained the ability Scavenge. Make sure to take all of the supplies and any other valuable cargo, but feel free to leave the cheap and bulky metals behind. To get your fleet moving, click on the empty space in the direction you want to move. Okay. 6 to start scavenging. How do I move? Okay, so you press space. I don't know exactly how I just moved there, but I pressed spacebar during that. Okay. Your fleet assumes a stable orbit relative to the debris field. The field appears stable and will not drift apart anytime soon. Long-range scans indicate it's likely something of value could be found inside. There are indications that what salvage is to be had may not be easy to get, and there's significant risk involved in running a salvage operation. There's significant risk here. Let's see what happens anyway. I've got a 68% success rate. Let's just begin. Took all of that, and we will confirm and continue. Okay. F5 to quick save and advance the tutorial. Pirate fleet is approaching. First, you'll spot it as a sensor contact, then as an unidentified fleet, and then when it gets very close, you'll see its true colors. You decide to continue. Don't worry, the pirate ship is a shoddy, rusty bucket, and if you don't lose, you can press... And if you do lose, you can press F9 to quick load. There we go. There's our saving and loading mechanic coming to the rescue. Well, F9 bails us out of a sticky situation, and F5 saves before the sticky situation. So we'll continue now that we have this valuable knowledge. Even so, combat can be expensive, especially if there's no bounty on the enemy you fight. Deploying ships into battle reduces their combat readiness, and recovering combat readiness consumes supplies. Battle damage can cost even more supplies to repair. However, fighting is often necessary to survive. Wait for the pirate fleet to approach and defeat them. Right, where are they at? They're coming in. And the pirate ship maneuvers to prevent you from disengaging easily. It does not appear to be certain of your identity. Any hostilities will have reduced impact on your reputation. Let's open a comm link. Did the hegemony send you to do this errand for him? Come to collect a bill? We decide to cut the comm link. Okay, they don't want to talk. Let's move in to engage. And we'll continue. You can select which ships to deploy at the beginning of each battle and deploy reinforcements as the battle goes on. Deploying a ship reduces its combat readiness for a fixed amount. In addition, ships will begin to gradually lose combat readiness after their peak readiness time runs out. Recovering combat readiness takes time and consumes valuable supplies. Okay, so we want to deploy the ISS 7000 light years. Okay. Got that ready to deploy. And the ISS Space Raptor is going to stay in safe distance. Alright. Okay. Hit play. Okay, how do I fight the thing? Full assault. Ordering a full assault. Make your ships. Let's pause this. And eliminate. And then we'll play. How do I get rid of this? Okay. I think I'm getting beat up pretty badly. Alright, so we just did awful. Pressing F9 to reload. It's not reloading. Okay. How do I get out of here now? You know, I'm just gonna exit and okay. It looks like I have some very old game saves. 2016. That's interesting. Load this one. No idea what I'm doing. Well, okay, we get to try this again. So now I'm in like regular mode. And I can actually aim my guns. Man, these people are not giving up. Ah, oh, Jesus. Again? That sucks. Okay, so although this is on easy, it's apparently not very easy. Oh, this dude is screwed now. Look at all these drones. You picked the wrong dude to mess with, buddy. Now look at him trying to get away. Alright, we're screwing him up now. Alright. Preliminary reports indicate 6 crew and no Marines were lost during this last engagement. Your forces were able to gain a complete victory in the last engagement. Relationship with the pirates reduced by 3. You're currently at negative 68 out of 100. Hostile. Salvage crews are able to recover 248 credits from CPU cores still active in the wreckage. Alright, we're going to take everything and okay. We're still not overweight here, so your fleet's supply consumption has just gone up. Recovering combat readiness used to deploy ships into battle cost supplies, as does repairing battle damage. Reduce supply use. Repairs and CR recovery on ships can be suspended from the fleet screen. Okay, I remember having to do this before. So we've got the supplies, so we're just going to let them run the repairs. And okay, F5 to quick save and advance tutorial. Okay, so it's telling me about story points, which I use to make my own storyline, I guess. And it's also telling me about skill points, which I can use to learn skills. The skills are broken down into aptitudes, and each aptitude has 5 tiers. Skills that affect your piloted ship, all combat skills, and a few other aptitudes can be made elite at the cost of a story point. Wow. And your max level is 15. Press C to open the character tab and consider your options. You don't have to actually spend the points for now if you don't want to. I don't think I have my chat open, so I just turned my chat window on. Right. I want to know if I can search more of this wreckage, really. Okay. So, looks like there's 4 main trees here. Okay, so you basically pick one of these in each tier as you go through. So the first ones we want to look at are really just these first 8. Okay. So we are doing salvage, so we're going to spend that point on salvage. I feel like if we're doing salvage, we'll also want sensors. Okay. Shortly after dispatching the pirates, you receive a light beam communication from the system's main inhabited world, Ankira. The message is brief and asks you to travel there and contact Station Commander Lowe as soon as possible. Let's lay in a course for Ankira. You don't need to do this to travel, but it helps you keep track of where you're going and how long it'll take to get there. After dismissing this dialogue, press E to open the intel screen to view the details of the message that you've just received. Select the message and click on Show on Map button. Open the map centered directly on Ankira and Ankira. Sure, that's how you say it. Then left click and hold on the planet and select Lay in Course. This game is complicated from the menu that pops up. Alternatively, you can just right click on Ankira. Okay. You can also press Tab to open the map and locate Ankira manually. Once you get to Ankira, open the comm directly to contact Station Commander Lowe. Right. Let's press E to open the Intel tab and select the mission. Press S to open the map on the mission target. Click on Ankira, lay in the course, then press Tab to close the map. Okay, Intel. Stabilize the jump points. Contact Station Commander Lowe at Ankira. All it says is that they want us there as soon as possible. Okay. E and then S, what it says. Okay. And I guess we did it. Okay. My fleet approaches Ankura orbital facility. The fleet transmits identification codes via the transponder, and you are soon granted docking clearance. Open the COM directory, and we will reach Commander Low. Ah, you've come. Excellent. As you are well aware, recently, well, I suppose we can skip that part. I would like a refresher. A team from Galatia Academy has been running experiments on the dormant gate in the system, trying to connect it back to the domain's gate network. Not sure what this is all about, but we'll read on further. Promising experiments, or so they thought, until an energy pulse we expected would get a response from the gate destabilized the jump points leading into the system, cutting us off from the rest of the sector. Well, damn. It's rather like how the sector is cut off from the domain. I don't know what this next word is supposed to be saying. Writ. Small. The stars have a sense of irony, do they not? Sure, whatever you mean by that. The miners of the Starsector station, which is also located in this system, and was operating near a subsistence level, were hit the hardest. They turned to piracy, intercepting one of the last food shipments to come in, out of desperation, no doubt. But there were deaths, and they put themselves well outside the law. Their leaders know that if the jump points are stabilized and the system is once again part of the sector, they can look forward to a life sentence at a penal colony at absolute best. Okay, so it looks like they're cut off from their main communications and maybe transportation systems, and there are some guys doing some bad stuff, but if we reestablish that, then everyone can know and jump them, is probably what the deal is. Alright, now where do I fit in? The miners turned pirate are guarding the jump points, preventing us from gathering recent readings and coming up with a way to stabilize them. We do have a security detachment that could handle their forces, but they are tied up defending Ankura. The pirates are too much for you to take on, but fortunately, you don't have to. We've got an agent on Kiv's system who was able to gain access to recent sensor readings from the ship guarding the jump points, but they have not been able to get a long-range comm array to send the data to us. That's where you come in. Head to Kiv and retrieve the data from our agent, then return here. Okay. Now why do I have to do this? I'm not exactly spoiled for choice, and you've shown some ability to handle difficulties. It's not going to be a milk run, that's for sure. Okay, what's the plan? First off, make sure you turn off your transporter once you undock. I've instructed the security detachment to not give you any trouble about that. If you're lucky, the pirates may even think you're one of their own and let you approach Kiv without any trouble. Still, it makes sense to go dark as you get closer to make sure they can't get a good reading on your fleet. But you can also approach along the asteroid belt. That'll give you almost perfect cover as long as you're moving slowly. And if they do notice me, then you're in trouble. Activate emergency burn to get out of there, lose them, and then come back around and try again. Don't e-burn unless you really need to though. It's hard on the ships and will cost you more supplies to recover from. Eats up a good chunk of fuel too. Okay. Well, thank you for being willing to help. Come back when you've got the data. Good luck. Okay, so I'm back at the dock, and as usual, when you're at a space dock, there are many things you can do there. We can visit the bar, which obviously is a cool idea. So, let's go there. Now we got some different music going on, that's cool. Vibe change. Like it. Take a shuttle down to visit a dockside bar. Take a shuttle down to the main concourse and quickly find a likely-looking establishment. Likely-looking? What does that mean? You enter the crowded, well-lit space and take in the rows of taps adorning the wall under bottles from every one of the core worlds, and a few from elsewhere. Merchant captains mingle with off-duty officers at the bar, served efficiently by the ununiformed staff. In one corner, a pack of Navy cadets shout and sing, desperately enjoying their last work shift of freedom. That's all I can do at the bar? Okay. In the cargo trade screen, you can left click to pick up a stack, shift click to pick up items from a stack one at a time, shift click and hold, then drag to pick up a specific quantity, control click to transfer an entire stack without picking it up. Okay, I can handle that. We've got just 49 crew left. I don't think I need these medals. So we just sold them all our metal. $30 credits per unit. Alright, we'll confirm that deal. Now we have 2,814 credits. Cool, I bought this game like 5 years ago, and I really enjoyed it for like a lot of hours, and then now it has been updated several times and I forgot about keeping up with it. I kind of got my feel of the gameplay, but now there seems to be a lot more text-based story, which is pretty interesting. I don't feel like I was able to even read that much back then, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe all that was still there. Okay. I'm not sure if I need anything, really. Okay, let's take a look at how our fleet's doing. Okay, so down here we can see the stats of it. Okay, so I guess it just tells you the whole fleet capacities here. And I only need 40 to have a skeleton crew, and I've got 49 people. Go to the mining station. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to contact Kenneth Duran. Maybe that's not the guy. Probably this person, because they got the symbol over their stuff there. Alright, looks like we're pulling it off pretty easily here. Alright, we're going to talk to Mr. Lowe again. Gain 5,000 credits. Sweet. I gave him the data. There's a brief wait as I transmit the data file. Now, while the system is running a preliminary analysis of the data, I believe you're due a reward. And I've improved my relationship with the Hegemony and Commander Lowe. There's a chime in the background and he looks concerned. Their problem? Yes, the system estimates it would take about a cycle to analyze the data and come up with a stabilization algorithm. Naturally, by then the data would be out of date and any algorithm based on it meaningless. If we had an AI core on hand, we could analyze the data more quickly. Fortunately, there's a survey probe somewhere in the system, one left over from the initial exploration of the sector by the domain. It should have at least one AI core serving as its brain. Where is it and why hasn't it been salvaged before? To answer your second question, domain artifacts are usually protected by automated defenses that still function to this day, and this probe is no exception, and the Hegemony generally forbids civilian interference with domain artifacts. For the sake of public safety, of course. Desperate times, however. As to where it is, my data indicates it's somewhere beyond the orbit of Pontus. Get there, and head out beyond the asteroid belt, then use an active sensor burst. You should, at the very least, get a sensor contact with the probe, head towards it, perform salvage, and bring back an AI core. Pontus is a gas giant in the outer system, To see its name on the map, you might have to turn off the uninhabited option in the map filter. Okay, let's see what ships there are here. I've got 7,814 credits. Barely enough to buy one of these Hound combat freighters. I guess we're gonna stick with what we got here. Not sure how I use story points. I have 4 of them. Using story points enables you to take actions that are in some way exceptional. The range of effects includes making permanent modifications to ships, improving the effects of skills, officer customization, and getting dialogue options that are not otherwise available. Same situation at the bar as the last time. I guess we'll leave here and go to the map again. Why am I not going to the point? Alright, we're approaching the probe. Your fleet approaches the domain area probe left from initial domain exploration of the sector. Hitted by small impacts, the probe's hull displays iridescence typical of fearsome radiation scarring. Though this probe's manufacture could well date 1,000 cycles ago, some systems are still nominally active. Fleet moves in closer. Several energy structures are detected coming online inside the probe's hold. They've got some support drones. We'll fight them. Okay. Jesus, that thing's shooting a lot of missiles. Okay, I'm good to go now. 2 crew and no marines were lost during the last engagement. Your forces were able to gain a complete victory. Pick through the wreckage. Cool. You're taking more salvage than your fleet has the capacity to carry. Okay. Put down that metal, we don't need that. And okay. Why is it telling me I have more? Huh. I don't know. Yeah, screw it. We don't need that. Okay, so we'll just have max fuel. Alright. Oh. Forgot to slow down through the asteroid field. Alright, we're close enough to turn our transponder on now. Solid work. I'll get my technicians working on this right away. In the meantime, this should cover your expenses, hopefully, with a good amount left over. Got 8,000 credits now. I'll send you the stabilization algorithm when the core works it up. Once you have it, it should be a simple matter of running it using your fleet's drive field as a means of interacting with the jump point. However, there's still the matter of the miners guarding both jump points out of the system. And you've said their forces are significant? Well, it's all relative. Our security detachment could handle them easily, but as I've mentioned, it's tied down defending Ankura. Your fleet, on the other hand, might be able to handle them with some stellar piloting and a bit of luck, but it's best not to take such chances, especially not when there's an alternative. What alternative is that? There's a ship graveyard around Tetra, ships that were deemed not worth effort to restore, awaiting bulk transit to one of the ship-breaking facilities elsewhere. Now, though they'll serve our needs, go there and recover all the ships you can, and break the ones you can't for supplies. Make sure you bring enough crew to operate the recovered ships, perhaps an extra 100 or so will do. You'll need to transport them somehow too. Here, take this Mud Skipper transport. Consider it part of your reward. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So now, my mission is to go to a ship graveyard. Take as many ships as I can restore. Salvage everything else. And unload my men into these new ships. And then I could probably go back here and spend some money refitting them. Thank you, sir. You have done me good here. Alright. Let's look at our fleet now. We have the ISS Coral. I don't like that name. Right. We got 15,000 credits. But I don't need to get any of these ships because we are on a mission to collect some salvage ships. And that's what we do here. This playthrough, we are salvagers. Oh, wow. I think one thing I have to figure out how to do is vent. Looks like you can alter the ship here. Whoa. Oh, here you can name the ship a different thing. Okay. "7,000 light years." Space Raptor are pretty cool ship names. But this one I don't like. Got a dual machine gun. It's basically carrying extra dudes for us. The problem here is we've got some cool names to contend with. We've got the 7,000 light year and the Space Raptor. Space Raptor has a bunch of cool little drones, and the 7,000 light year is my main ship. So it's got a shield and some good guns, and it's the one that I am on. But this ship just carries some dudes for us that we're going to use to fill other ships. So this ship's main purpose is to transport our guys across the space. What do we need to call this vessel? They had to give me some really cool default names here, so I'm trying to come up with a name of the same caliber as these other two ships. Okay. Okay, I'm going to meditate on this, and I'll be back with a good name. I'm thinking it's like an ark for transporting people, and it's going to navigate a system, so then I was thinking Arc System. And of course there's the awesome game company Arc System Works. I'm thinking about just naming it in honor of them, that company. I think there might be a hyphen in there somewhere. Okay, no, it's just 3 words. But yeah, that's what we're going to name it now. Okay, it changed the name. So I need to get 100 guys. Let's get 101. Okay. 3,000. We'll do it. Okay, now we've got $147 out of 180 in our fleet. And I'm guessing that's enough to skeleton crew an array of ships to bring back. Let's see. We might need some extra supplies too. So let's go ahead and buy some of those. These are kind of expensive. So I'm not going to get very many. I'm going to be cheap. And maybe we'll salvage some supplies. I'm going to sell all this metal. Okay. Now I guess I can leave here and take a look at the map. Go back to our intel. Covered 2 ships from Tetra. Alright. Now we're on the way. This is exciting. Okay. The system is cut off from hyperspace and the jump points are unusable. The crew and even officers are muted on edge. You judge it unlikely that any amount of hazard pay could overcome near superstitions fear spacers have of being stranded in a system like this. Okay, we obviously don't want to establish a colony. So the coolest looking ship I can see so far is this Taurus class. Explore. Consider the special measures might be taken to recover this ship. Sometime later, you hear back from your chief engineer, who mumbles about a miracle worker to someone off screen before noticing we've picked up the call. Commander, looks like we might be able to pull this off, though I'll say you're not going to find what I'm going to do in any manual, and it wouldn't pass any inspection, but then again, we're not in the hegemony fleet. It'll fly though. Okay. Difficult recovery. Let's try it. Oh. Damn. We'll need 90 crew? Okay. Well, I used a story point, but I got a ship. That's awesome. Some of the ships in your fleet are dangerously low combat readiness. Deploying these ships is likely to cause critical malfunctions, disabling some weapons engines for the duration of the battle, causing further critical malfunctions during the deployment. It is recommended that you let these ships recover before using them in combat. Ships regain combat readiness over time, and friendly stations offer a quick way to do so and effect repairs, as well as hire an additional crew if needed. You can check combat readiness in the fleet screen. Okay, this thing's got a lot of ordnance points left. We will better refit it. Okay. No, we're not going to refit it right now. Okay, there's a tanker there. Hammerhead. Kite. Take a look at this one. Cool. we're going to recover it, and we'll just suspend some stuff as we're traveling. Okay, we're going to mothball this one, and this one, and this one. Awesome. We're just going to ride with as many ships as we can and just keep mothballing them if we can. It is battered. Closer examination. Receive a preliminary assessment. Recovery effectiveness does not. Okay. Requires a story point again. Fuck it. Let's recover it. Aha. So many ships now. Okay. We're gonna go for this Buffalo class ship. Okay. We have so many ships. This is awesome. Yeah, we've got a Lasher class frigate. Wolf class frigate. I like those ships. We're gonna go to the Wolf class. Alright. Okay, yeah, we're gonna use the, I think it's our last point on this one. Alright, this is so awesome. We haven't had to scrap any of these yet. Well, I have no more story points, so we'll just salvage what we can here. Alright, that's everything. We're gonna head back to Ankura. With our massive fleet of ships. Oh shit, I didn't slow down. This is so awesome. Welcome back. A bunch of rust buckets, aren't they? But put some weapons on them, get a proper refit done, and a dedicated crew, and they'll do alright. It's no worse than what the pirates have got, at any rate. Speaking of weapons, yeah, I was just about to talk to you about that. Not much to buy on the open market, but we have some stores. I've already ordered local storage space to be assigned to you, and some suitable weapons transferred there, along with enough supplies to speedily bring the new ships back to full combat readiness. Awesome! Use them to outfit your new ships, make sure you've got enough crew for a full complement on every ship, and then break the rogue miner defenses at the inner jump point. Once the conversation is over, press R to refit screen. Selecting a specific ship, you can press V to outfit. Pick a desired loadout, and the ship will be automatically refitted to match it, using what weapons are available. Also, you'll need to redock with your transponder turned on to take advantage of Ankura's facilities. In addition, now that you have access to local storage at Ankura, and some weapons and supplies have been placed there, to access it, click on Storage button in the trade screen. I'll take it you've got the stabilization algorithm then? Correct. These cores seem like they can work miracles sometimes. Let me transmit the results. Good luck to you. If you fail, well, we'll have to send the security force to do the job, and then it could get very messy. It's good to know you're already working on a plan B, in case I die, along with all my friends here. Come on now, it's not so grim. I have every expectation you'll succeed. Or I wouldn't send you, but it's my responsibility as commander to plan for every eventuality and not rely on a miraculous savior. Now about those miners. The two fleets guarding the jump point will aid each other if you engage one when the other is nearby. So it'll be an easier fight if you manage to separate them first. If you can't, it should still be a fight you can win though. Copy that. I'll be back here when the job is done. Awesome. We've got a lot to do, so let's take a visit to the bar. And the same thing is going on that goes on every time here. Okay. We will go to refit. We can have 985 crew. We definitely need some crew here. Oh shit. No. Abort. Alt? Which one picks up just some of them? There we go. So I can buy like 150 dudes. Crewmen. For half my money. take them. Right. But where? There was like storage. There we go. Aha. Plenty of weapons. Okay, we'll go back to the open market. Oh. I'm pretty sure I still need a lot more dudes here. All right. $298 crew. I'm actually pretty close. What? I just need one more? Okay. We'll get 15 more dudes. Okay, now that we unmothball some of these, the number of dudes we need goes up. 349. We can pull that off. Okay, now all our ships are fully manned. We probably need a little bit more because some of these guys are gonna die. I mean, not to be grim, but it's just what happens when you are traversing space in such large numbers. Let's get... We got 2,000 left, so let's get like... Why not? 777 for 20 dudes. Okay. Now let's go to the refitting screen. Okay, let's go back and see if we can fully restore this thing. Okay, well, all my ships are auto refitted. Okay, so I can potentially just get in a big battle now. Let's save it. Okay. Well, this is a big battle. God. So I'm definitely just gonna let the autopilot do its thing. It's kicking ass. Okay. Now I think I want everyone to focus fire on this guy here. He's a pretty big boy. Okay. Oh, I got no command points available now. Everybody, for the most part, seems to be doing okay. That guy's getting away. Okay.